Govinda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasati Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Gaurachandra Gopinath Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandas Pranam.
Danda Prabhuji. Prabhuji, we can get started. Okay, no, Prabhuji?
Yeah, whatever you say.
No. Yeah, okay. Devotees are also joining. Hare Krishna. Welcome all for the morning Nityam Bhagavata sessions. Today we will hear the nectar from Canto 5, Chapter 18, Text 9 from His Grace, Gaurachandra Gopinath Prabhu. Prabhuji, over to you.
Yeah, Prabhu, just give me a second.
Sure, Prabhuji.
Am I audible, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji, loud and clear.
जयो राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जयो राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरवरदारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरवरदारी यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना यमुनतीरावनचारी यमुनतीरावनचारी जयो राधमाधवा कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा विनोद राधे जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा सुभद्रमयी जय सुदर्शन जय गौरानिताय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवराचार्य स्तोत्र डिवाइन ग्रेस एसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की समवेद भक्त वृंद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरे हरि बोल हरे कृष्णा. Welcome all the devotees for the Nityam Bhagavata Sevya. I seek all your blessings. Prabhu, it's 589. Om
Yes,
Namo
Prabhuji.
Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narotamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavate Sevaya भगवतेरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः. So, reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 18, entitled The Prayers Offered by the Lord, the Offered to the Lord by the Residents of Jambutipa. Text number 9. स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य कलः प्रसीदतं दायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मितो धिया मानश्च भद्रं भजता तजोक्सजे हवेश यथा नो मतिरपि अहैतुकी. So I'll read Synonym generally, this is very important shloka. That's why I'm reading the synonyms as well. Swasti, auspiciousness. Astu, let there be. Vishvasya, of the entire universe. Kalaha, the envious, Prabhupada says, is almost everyone. So almost everyone means everyone. Prasiddhitam, let them be pacified. Dayat, dayan, dayantu, let them consider. Bhutani, all the living entities. Shivam, auspiciousness. Mitaha, mutual. Diya, by their intelligence. Manaha, the mind. Cha and Badram, calmness. Bhajatat, let it experience. Adokchaje, in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is beyond the perception of mind, intelligence, and senses. Aveshyatam, let it be absorbed. Na, our. Matihi, intelligence. Api, indeed. Ahaituki, without any motive. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. May there be a good fortune throughout the universe, and may all envious person be pacified. May all living entities become calm by practicing Bhakti Yoga, for by accepting devotional service, they will think of each other welfare. Therefore, let us all engage in the service of the Supreme Transcendence, Lord Krishna, and always remain absorbed in the thought of Him. The following verse describes a Vaishnava. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Just like a desire tree, a Vaishnava can fulfill the desire of anyone who takes shelter of his lotus feet. Prahlad Maharaj is a typical Vaishnava. He prays not for himself but for all living entities. So the today topic is based on this statement of Srila Prabhupada, that what is pure devotional service, what it means by pure devotional service, right? And we take inspiration from this purport. So the gentle, the envious, and the mischievous. He always thought of the welfare of mischievous person like his father, Hiranyakashipu. Prahlad Maharaj did not ask for anything for himself. Rather, he prayed for the Lord to excuse his demonic father. This is the attitude of Vaishnava, who always thinks of welfare of other, of the entire universe. Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavata Dharma are meant for persons who are completely free of envy, Parama Nirmastaranam. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj prays in this verse, Kalaha Prasiddhatam. May all the envious person be pacified. The material world is full of envious person, but if one frees himself of envy, he becomes liberal in his social dealings and can think of others' welfare. Anyone who takes up Krishna consciousness and engages himself completely in the service of the Lord cleanses his mind all of envy. Manascha Badram Bhajatat Adoksaje. Therefore, we should pray to Lord Nrsingadeva to sit in our hearts. We should pray Bahi Nrsimha Hridaya Nrsimha. Let Lord Nrsimhadev sit in the core of my heart, killing my bad propensities. Let my mind become clean, so that I may peacefully worship the Lord and bring a peace to the entire world. Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur has given us very fine purport in this regard. Whenever one offers a prayer to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one always requests some benediction from him. Even pure Nishkama devotees pray for some benediction, as instructed by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his Sistashtakam. Ainanda tanunja kinkaram padita mam vishame bhavambudau kripaya tava pada pankaja siddhatuli sadasham vichintaya. O son of Maharaj Nanda, Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from the ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. In another prayer, Lord Chaitanya says, Nama Mama Janmani Janmaneshwari Bhavatar Bhaktir Ahituki Tvai. Life after life. Kindly let me have unalloyed love and devotion at your Lordship's lotus feet. When Prahlad Maharaj chants Om Namo Bhagavate Narasimhaya, he prays for a benediction from the Lord. But because he is also an exalted Vaishnava, he wants nothing for his personal sense gratification. The first desire expressed in his prayers is Swasti astu Vishwasya. Let there be a good fortune throughout the entire universe. Prahlad Maharaj just requested the Lord to be merciful to everyone, including his father, a most envious person. According to Chanakya Pandita, there are two kinds of envious living entities. One is a snake, and other one is like a man like Hiranyakashipu, who is by nature envious of everyone, even of his father or son. Hiranyakashipu was envious of his little son Prahlada, but Prahlada Maharaj asked benediction for the benefit of his father. Hiranyakashipu was very envious of devotees, but Prahlad wished that his father and other demons like him would give up their envious nature by the grace of the Lord and stop harassing the devotees. Kalaha prasidatam. The difficulty is that Kala, the envious living entity, is rarely pacified. One kind of Kala, the snake, can be pacified simply by mantras or by action of a particular herb. Mantrastuti Vashaha Sarpa Kale Kalakena Nivaryate. An envious person, however, cannot be pacified by any means. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj prays that all envious person may undergo a change of heart and think of the welfare of others. If the Krishna conscious movement spreads all over the world, and if by the grace of Krishna everyone accepts it, the thinking of envious people will change. Everyone will think of the welfare of others. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj prays, Shivam Mito Diya. In material activities, everyone is envious of others. But Krishna conscious, no one is envious of anyone else. Everyone thinks of the welfare of others. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj prays that everyone's minds may become gentle by fixed at the lotus feet of Krishna, Vajatat Adoksaje, and indicated elsewhere in Srimad Bhagavatam, Savai Mana Krishna Padara Bandaiho, and as advised by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, Manmana Bhava Matbhaktaha. One should constantly think of the lotus feet of Krishna, then one's mind will be certainly cleansed. Cheto Darpanam Arjunam. Materialists always think of sense gratification, but Prahlad Maharaj prays that the Lord's mercy will change their minds and they will stop thinking of sense gratification. If they think of Krishna always, everything will be alright. Some people argue that if everyone thought of Krishna in that way, the whole universe would be vacated because everyone would go back to Godhead. However, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that is the impossible because the living entities are innumerable. If one set of living entities actually delivered by Krishna conscious movement, another set will fill their entire universe. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवां च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितं च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनदारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरं हरिः ओम तत्सत् Hare Krishna is a wonderful purport. It's long purport and also it's very important purport. To set the context, all the residents of various Jambudvipa, there are various devotees saying in different parts, they are praying. So this is one place where Prahlad Maharaj staying one Varsha where Prahlad Maharaj is praying to Nrsingadev. So you can see the prayers of various, one Varsha, there will be one presiding deities. Um, so accordingly, there will be a predominant devotee who would be praying to them. So that's what you see in this section. So in this section, previous one, it starts with Prahlad Maharaj prayers. So it is very powerful. This prayer is powerful, especially this shloka. Today, what we are seeing it. So this gives us a clear-cut definition of what is a pure Vaishnava, or what is the pure devotion service one has to perform. What level we need to go. See, the goal is very high, but irrespective of wherever state we are in now, at least we should know what is the goal, and we should try to achieve that. It maybe seems to be very difficult, because for us practicing devotees, it is merely chanting 16 rounds for regulative itself. It's a big thing. If like Prahlad Maharaj, if somebody says, pure devotional service means you should pray for others, to the entire world, deliverance of the entire world, because he is praying here, he says, let the peace for the even the persons, all envious persons. We may be sometimes happy to pray for not the near one, dear ones. It's very difficult, because they give the most of the problems. Like if I have to pray today at the given point of time, I can pray to some Nigerian people, but I can't pray to my Pakistanis, right? The next door, because we share the border, and you can't become Prahlad Maharaj. How do you pray for a person who is infiltrating in terrorism, and so much pain is causing? How do you pray for somebody who's like that? But Hiranyakashipu was doing for him. He was torturing him and killing him. But what did he ask for Nrsimhadev? Nrsimhadev, please ask any boon. He says, please save my father. And that level of what do you say? It's very difficult to go at that level, but let us understand that is the standard. Whether we achieve the standard or not in pure devotion service, that's a different story altogether. But that is the standard we're going to see, what Prahlad Maharaj is trying to convey, right? So it's very difficult, but let's see more points. So why, first of all, let's see, glorify Sir Prahlad Maharaj as to why these prayers are important. Srimad Bhagavatam is for each and everyone, whatever level they are, you will fit in. So right from any mixed bhakti, those who are doing karma mishra bhakti, jnana mishra bhakti, yoga mishra bhakti, or pure devotion service, or somebody is materialistic, sometimes somebody is reading uh, any part of the Bhagavatam, then they will find something else, right? So that way, it is how much deep you can go into Bhagavatam, how much you are into, then accordingly the Srimad Bhagavatam gives. But this Prahlad Maharaj prays, especially these prayers, these are like pure devotional service. So to substantiate this point, Sanatana Goswami's Brigad Bhagavatamrita, Narada searches for, pure devotee Vaishnava. Then he goes to a Brahmana who is in Prayag, who does a beautiful Shaligram worship in the banks with the proper thing. And Narada Rishi was overwhelmed. He said, "Oh, Brahmana, such a sincerity with the love and affection you're doing, you must be the great." Then he said, "No, no, no, I'm not great. You go and meet one king in South India. He every day he performs so much elaborate worship, and he feeds so many Vaishnavas. Such an elaborate worship I don't do. I do simple give water, Ganga Jal, but you go and see." Then Narada Rishi was so inspired, and he saw the so pamperedly every day it's a festival. The king sends lavishly perfect brahmanas. He gives them all the wealth and donates, and he does with a big great thing, the Shaligram worship and the Lord Vishnu worship. When they asked the king, then king said, "No, no, Indra is much better than me, because you know he acts according to the Lord's wish, and he does so many things. He also worships, and you know uh, Upendra, he stays there, and the Lord himself stays there. So why didn't you go? Then Indra says, no, no, I have offended so many times. Brahmaji is better. Brahmaji says, no, no, I have offended so many times. I kidnapped even Krishna's corpse and friends. So Krishna's corpse and friends. So I have done made many mistakes. Then you go to Shiva. Then Shiva says, no, no, I also fought with the Lord for Banasura. So in fact, I am ready to fight with my Lord. How can I do that? I'm a offender. Then he refers to the Prahlad Maharaj. So the search starts from Prahlad Maharaj. It is pure devotional service. Of course, the ultimate thing is Gopi Paratur Bhadra. So as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, the achieving the mode of gopis is the topmost. But the pure devotional service starts from Prahlad Maharaj. Before that, it could be some Karma Mishra Bhakti, Jnana Mishra Bhakti, Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga Mishra Bhakti, whatever it is. But from Prahlad Maharaj, it is pure devotional service. Then here afterwards, all the Mahajans, we see, Narada Rishi goes and Prahlad Maharaj refers to someone like that. So, but we see that the standard of Prahlad Maharaj, the pure devotional service starts here. So these prayers are very, very important. Number one, this one reason why, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu frequently was hearing Dhruva Maharaj story and Prahlad Maharaj story. There are so many prayers are there. Why especially Prahlad Maharaj prayers are so important? Because a small 5 years old boy, he could able to cause the Lord to come for him. So what is that Lord would be attracted to? It is not that it's a pure devotional service. That's what Lord is attracted to. When his mood is that how do I deliver the entire universe? Prahlad Maharaj saying, I ask any benediction. He says, Lord, I don't want to come leaving these fools and rascals. I want to deliver them, right? And that is attracted the Lord Vishnu, Lord Nrsingadev. Nothing else, because it's a pure unalloyed devotion service. Um, Annabelashoonya, Jnana Karma the Anavritam, Anukulena Krishna Serenam. He did, there is no Jnana Karma without any material motives. Aparayata Haituki. So he was unalloyed devotion service, is what he was doing it. That attracted him. And whenever the acharyas pray, here Prabhupada gives a standard how one should pray. They don't pray for himself, but for all the living entities. So, so there are so many peacekeeping United Nations. There are so many people. There are so many organizations. They say peace, peace. You do yoga, we will give you peace. But these are artificial. Here, Prahlad Maharaj gives a solution to blank point. So says that there should be peace. So actually, the topic in this shloka, if you see, 3 times is talking about auspiciousness. Prahlad Maharaj says Swasti. Swasti means which is auspiciousness. Then Shivam, that is also refers to the auspiciousness. Then Bhadram. You can see the 3 times he's highlighting that it is auspiciousness. You can see Prabhupada. That's why I was reading this wonderful shloka. Swasti is auspiciousness. Shivam is auspiciousness. And Bhadra, where is that? Calmness, or it's also auspiciousness. If you see that there are multiple times Prahlad Maharaj is invoking this auspiciousness. So today we will try to decode what is this auspiciousness Prahlad Maharaj is praying, and how, as a practicing sadhaka, we can also come to this platform of praying for others. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said only 3 things: Namaruchi, Vaishnava Seva, and Jivadoya. So these are the 3 things at the bottom line. See, these are the things. There is nothing beyond these 3 things. So how Prahlad Maharaj is like, Jivadoya, epitome of Jivadoya, where he wants to preach. So in essence, today's conclusion is that preaching is the essence, or pure devotional service means preaching, irrespective of whoever it is. That is the mood of Prahlad Maharaj. That's what Srila Prabhupada imbibed. And also at the end of it, we will see how Prabhupada exactly followed Prabhupada instruction, or Prahlad Maharaj instruction, and how he imbibed the mode of Prahlad Maharaj. So a few verses will glorify. So the bottom line today, conclusion is that pure devotional service means Jivadoya, or preaching, thinking welfare for others, preaching. Unless that is there, then that is not on the pure devotional service platform. We might follow others, but without that, it is not complete. That's what we're going to analyze and from Prabhupada purport and see. So now, what is auspiciousness? Here, there's a shloka which you talked about is contextual. It depends on the context. Somebody might say, "Oh, I've kept some banana stem in my house. I've got a lot of money." Recently, I was seeing in some newspaper that in Kerala there are few workers. They put together money, 10 of them bought, and they got jackpot. And they say, "Oh, this is happy day." They might go and celebrate, buy all auspicious things, puja items. They go to temple and break coconut, or they might decorate their house with banana stems and things like that. So external, it is auspiciousness. But if they were not thinking about the Lord, then it is the most inauspicious ever you can have. Whatever externally we see is not auspiciousness. Auspiciousness definition is when you're able to remember the Lord, then it is auspiciousness. There is inauspicious happening in your life. There is a catastrophe happening in your life. Everything is going here and there, and you're struggling. At that point of time, you remember, oh Lord, please help me. If you're able to think the Lord, then it is the auspiciousness. It may be externally, you may be inauspicious, you're going through bad things, but doesn't matter. To understand this, another crude, simple example is that when the hair is there on the head, we touch it, we protect it, we make hair designs, and people nicely they comb, and after taking bath we touch, put, apply whatever oil, cream, whatever it is. Similarly, the nails also we polish it. But as soon as this is cut off, as soon as we go to the salon and trim off our hairs, we don't take that hair and do the same activity. In fact, we go after cutting it, we will come and take bath, thinking that it is not good. As soon as you go to salon, then you go and come and take bath because I had a haircut. But the same hair, after you taking bathing, you touch, you comb and see. But the same hair is cut in the salon. But when you touch it, you say it is contaminated. You'll come and take bath. So the why? Because it is cut off from the root. Similarly, auspiciousness is one, if you cut off from the Lord, thinking about the Lord, adokshaja, then that is the inauspiciousness. So first thing is, let us understand what Prahlad Maharaj is praying. One is praying auspiciousness. Second thing is praying for everyone. We will come to that shortly. Now let us understand what is auspiciousness is meant to. It is not that external auspiciousness. If not connected to the root, then anything and everything is it is what you say, relative. Auspiciousness is relative. So as long as it is connected to the Lord, then it is auspiciousness. Okay, number one. Because everybody is a part and parcel of Krishna. Mame Vamsa Jival. Okay. So as long as we forget, one is forgets, then it is inauspicious. Now, these prayers, right? Um, um, so we saw what is auspiciousness. Second point, what Prahalad Maharaj is talking about is welfare for everyone. Enviness. This is another second lessons what we need to learn is that one is what is auspiciousness. Second thing, what is that auspiciousness? What is that is praying for? Is praying for envy to be removed from the hearts of the everyone. So I was talking about peace, right? Externally, somebody might be very mode of in goodness. There could be many devotees who could be more goodness. They want Shanti, Om Shanti. They all might do that. But see, it is something like this. I might be happy, but if I see others are happy, I'm not happy. Or I'm happy, uh, but I'm not happy the way other person is enjoying it. I'm happy still, but I know the other way is more, other person is enjoying more. So I want to be happy like him. No, it's not the way I want to be happy. I want the way others to be, others are happy. I want to be like that. Or, even devotee circle, we are not so much happy if you see other devotees progressing it. You may not call it as a envy, but still, bottom of the heart, oh, I know we always think that, as at least myself, I think that I'm the greatest devotee. Right? So we don't appreciate, really happy seeing that another person is progressing in devotional service. Or we think that, oh, I'm so many years into Krishna consciousness. How can somebody can be greater than me? It's not possible, because I've been, praying, practicing it for many years. We can't accept others, juniors, or who come recently, not juniors, I would say, recently in Krishna consciousness, they might progress well. Um, it's very difficult to see. That's sort of enviness where we don't recognize people's, seeing them, how they're progressing, and jubilant uh, when we see that the other person progress. So that's second part of the prayers for Prahlad Maharaj. First is what is auspiciousness. If there's anything connected to the Lord, including the chanting of the holy name, that's why chanting of the holy name is very important. That needs to be preached to others. Pure devotion service means that needs to be preached to whoever it is. So the second part of it is that envious is the root cause of everything. When the enviness is not removed, when he say peaceful, when he prays that all these uh, envious person be pacified. When he say pacified, what Prahlad Maharaj is telling that enviness in the core of the heart. Bhagi Nashima, Hridaya Nashima. He says, let us pray Nashangadev that he inside and outside he kills that mentality, because in Kali Yuga now the demonic mentalities within us, both good and bad, both are within us. In the previous yugas, they were living in different planet, different same house, sorry, different countries and same house. Then it's become the same person now in Kali Yuga. So that way, here Prabhupada clearly says that let's pray to Nrsingadev so that he sits in the core of our heart, killing the all the bad propensities. Let my mind become clean so that I may peacefully worship the Lord, bring peace to the entire world. So the peace can be done. Sometimes people say you yoga, you breathe it, you feel calmness, but the same person goes few steps away, and in the traffic jam, some people honking, he will get annoyed again. The peace will go. So that is not a permanent solution. So the permanent solution is only that anybody's chanting of this holy name, and the Nashingadev could able to remove that enviness, propensity of the enviness, then there is a possibility of that even demonic person can become devotee. First thing is the envy is the root cause, and the root cause of envy is the desire. So somebody can ask, Prabhu, how do we desire less? Can human being can be desireless? No, you need to have desire. Wherever there is a desire, the enviness will be there, irrespective of what kind of a desire it is. Whenever there is a desire, then you will have envy, because the desire is not fulfilled. You get angry, the enviness, all those things are there. The suggestion for is that you should have a desire of not your own, but have desire of the Lord as your desire, whatever Lord's wants. That way, what happens is, if you want to become instrument of Lord's desire, then if it happens, oh, you will give the credit to the Lord. You don't take the credit. Oh, it's because Lord's desire it happened. It did not happen. Then you say, oh, it did not happen. Lord, maybe Lord doesn't want to do it. You don't be rejected, or you'd be no morose and you will stop doing things. I will try. Okay, it may not be the Lord wish. I'll let me try. Let me instrument in other things. So when the desires of the Lord becomes your desire, that desire is called desirelessness state. So again, it is a contextualization, or what is desire. As I mentioned, what is auspiciousness? Anything connected to the Lord is auspiciousness. External, internal doesn't matter. The second aspect is what is that I'm talking about here is that desirelessness. Desirelessness means desire of the Lord. Making desire of the Lord as your desire, that is state of desirelessness. It is not the desirelessness means is no, I don't desire anything. Yes, you have a desire, but it's a desire of the Lord. But you're not, attached to it. You don't have any personal desire as such. So that's another things what here talks about Prahlad Maharaj. So one is that this envy can be removed. One has desirelessness, and they have to perform devotion service. They should be engaged. Then they will be the material world is full of envious person. But if one frees himself envy and becomes liberal in his social dealings and can think of other welfare. So first step is that they remove the envy, then they think of welfare. Otherwise, they will not be able to think of any welfare. However it is in mode of goodness, I said, as long as the desire is there, he he will be enemy. As long as enemy is there, he cannot be do any social welfare or preaching activity, welfare activity. That is not possible. So, and also, it's not only that uh, uh, desirelessness, sorry, the envy, there also should be engaged in devotional service. Here also we see that sometimes we see it is Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur Pada gives some wonderful prayers. See how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is praying to autumn in the lotus feet of feet. So any devotees who prays, they also ask something selfish. What is that? I want to become a dog in devotees family. I want to take the remnants of them. So you can't say that it's, oh, it is a personal desire you have. This is a purified, what do you say? Um, this is what, I want to be doing devotional service. That desire is a good. Sometimes if somebody is not healthy, some health problems are having chronology, I mean some heavy, diseases or something, and going and praying to the Lord, it is a pure devotional service. Some devotees might think, oh, I'm asking my for personal benefit. No, it is not. Because you are praying so that you can do perform your devotional service better. If there is any hindrance to the devotional service, including your personal health, going and praying to the Lord, saying that, if you wish, I want to do better service in this lifetime, but if you wish, please cure. That is pure devotional service. So it's very intricacy saying that what is falls under pure devotional service. Sometimes we think externally, oh, praying for myself is a selfishness. No, it is part of pure devotional service because you're not well and you want to progress in Krishna consciousness. This is becoming hindrance. This becomes disturbed by you. Then going and praying to the Lord, if you wish. That's why Prabhupada always says that when he was in US, he got a stroke again. He was paralyzed. And he said to all the devotees, pray to Nrsimhadev. That's where the Nrsimhadev introduced. He said, pray to Nrsimhadev that if he wish so, then let him do that. So Prabhupada was very clear in his prayers. If he wishes, because I just started, there is only few weeks old, the devotees, it is just started the moment. If another few years, I can establish the temples and write the books. So Prabhupada he is want to be instrument. He never said that it should happen. He would have prayed, but he never did that. He said always, if so, if you desire. That he added, and he asked the devotees to pray. Then somebody can think in the perspective, no, Carman man will say, oh, it is a personal request he is doing, so it is not a pure devotional service. No, that is a pure devotional service because that is if that is the desire of the Lord, yes, that's my desire. I don't have any desire. But you brought me here to the world after 70 years of age because I need to do something. That's why I think you brought here. So if you wish, you make me stay for some more days in this material world so that I can spread Krishna consciousness if you wish. So that was Prabhupada's mood. So that from that we can learn some of the things. What is pure devotional service? Sometimes it seems to be personal prayers, but it's the most pure devotional service. Um, so like that, here you can see that how they are praying. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu praying like that benediction for his father. So as I mentioned here, Prahlad Maharaj is the extreme. Here somebody's been tortured, killed, but he liked him very much. And Hiranyakashipu also liked him because his own son, when you after school he comes, then he would make him sit in the lap. It's so fond of Prahlad Maharaj because its own is blood, right? So he was expecting his to be the next king and things like that. Then when he asked, Prahlad Maharaj was teaching Bhagavatam to him, saying that, Andagupa, material life is so miserable, like that. So he didn't expect this kind of thing. So the other aspect of Bhagavatam is that the Bhagavatam, especially these prayers, why it is important? There are three kinds of categories of people. One is that some materialistic person who looks something material benefit in Srimad Bhagavatam. For example, there is one devotee who came, not a devotee, person came, was talking and telling other devotee that, see, I have bad dreams in the night, very horrific. I'm not able to sleep peacefully. There is any tablet you can suggest? He said there is a Gajendra prayers. Then he said, what tablet it is? No, it is not a tablet. It is a prayers by Gajendra prayers. Okay, where do I get it? He said, there is a book called Srimad Bhagavatam. In that you get it. All that. But there are so many books I saw. Yeah, there are so many books. You take the eighth intro. Okay. Then there is prayers. So he started praying, and he was at the end of it. You see Gajendra prayers. Anybody who recites this Gajendra prayers, they'll be relieved of this bad dreams and things like that. So there is always Palastruti. Any prayers you see end of it, the acharyas would have written Palastruti. You will never take birth again, or you will get devotion service to the Lord. There are many things. They would give a Palastruti. Depends on the whatever shloka it is. So one way to look at it is some material benefit. It may not be directly related to anything Krishna, but he wants to get rid of a bad dream. So let me go on to it. Said Gajendra Prayers. It doesn't matter it is Bhagavatam or whatever it is. For him, it is like a prescription tablet. Take it, forget it. So there are second category of devotees um, who knows there is some value which can here it talking about right the cleansing of the heart. Uh, Cheto Darpana Marjanam, again, Prabhupada talking about here, Cheto Darpana Marjanam, cleansing of the heart. They know, yeah, same Prahlad Maharaj story. I know what Hiranyakashipu did, what Nrsimhadev did. I know all the story. Every day I'm hearing Srimad Bhagavatam for so many years. What is there? Yeah, this shloka I know. This, I'm hearing it. But still we hear why mechanically? Because we think that, oh, by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavatasi. Some kalmasha, whatever in my heart, might go. So there is a benefit of hearing, repeated hearing, because I might remove some of my anarthas. That is the hope. But we may not have so much fond of, Srimad Bhagavatam. Oh, hearing today Bhagavatam is happening. Let me run and I want Shiva who came in the bull, right? Then after that he's changed to swan. We are not somebody, at least me, I'm not at that level of so enthusiastic every day hearing Bhagavatam or everything because it's so deep, bottomless ocean. How much ever you read, next time the same shloka will give a different meaning. So how much deep you can go inside, you keep going, going, going. There is no end to it because there is no bottom to the ocean. So similarly, this Bhagavatam is portionless. That is not many devotees would be able to, may not be at level, but they know that hearing this auspiciousness can cleanse my heart. So I want to cleanse my heart because I have so much anarthas. So that could be the second level. The third level is that devotees are pure devotional service who recite this. See, irrespective of whatever prayers we are praying, it will have a lot of impact. These prayers, unknowingly or knowingly, because one somebody can look at materialistically these prayers. Second one we can look at when cleansing of the heart, but they're not nothing which with the love for Krishna. But the third aspect is love for Krishna. Prahlad Maharaj prayers are very, very top. I said, the pure devotion service prayers, you want to see what is that pure Vaishnava definition, then these are the prayers, especially this prayer. The first prayer is telling, no, I am so fallen, I am a demonic family. But this shloka onwards, he starts telling exactly, what is that, pure devotional service means. So this is one aspect we can learn. So far I have covered what is auspiciousness. Second thing is that um, how one can, this envy is the major problem, and how this envy can be removed by doing devotional service. Only this envy can be removed. Unless one is envy is removed, then that's where they start looking at helping others. Envy is not removed, then the devotional service will not start. Whatever means, still envy is there, it will not start devotional service. So that's what Prahlad Maharaj is praying. Um, okay. So then the last aspect is talking about Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur Path is talking about how if what happens if everybody becomes devotee, the entire world will be empty. Don't worry, he says there are so many living entities, millions of devotees, they will take birth again. Um, so so like that. So I'll quickly another 8 o'clock. It's now. I'll quickly share you something with Prabhupada, then I would stop here. Just give me a second, I'll reshare my screen. How Prabhupada is following exactly what Prahlad Maharaj says. And if you want to understand these prayers, there are two stories I'll quickly give. One is that Vasudev Datta, who is the incarnation of Prahlad Maharaj in Chaitanya Charitamrita, to understand his mood. Um, um, so when Prahlad Maharaj was asked boon, he said, I don't wish to liberate it alone, leaving aside all these poor fools and rascals. This was his shloka. Similarly, Vasudeva was everybody was glorifying. Mahaprabhu was everyone he was glorifying the devotees. Then when came Vasudeva, what he wants, then he said, let all the sinful reactions of the people fall on me. I will suffer eternally in hell, but let them be liberated because they can't do it. Because it's just like somebody's bitten by a snake and you are already off consciousness. On top of it, Maya is attacking. So the enviness is the snake bite, which is like, Kala, right? The Kali Yuga, everybody is envious in this material world. And they're already off date, off consciousness. They can't practice anything Krishna conscious. On top of it, Maya allure you with so many things. Then on top of it, imagine somebody is beating you, robbing you. Maya is acting on upon it. So many things, objects to distract. How the person can even think about doing devotional service? It's nothing is possible. So Vasudeva was that, please, in the Kali Yuga, people cannot do devotional service. Let me take all their sins. Let me suffer. That's Prahlad Maharaj. Then Haridas Thakur is also partial incarnation of Brahma and Prahlad Maharaj. When he was cut into, he said, even you cut into pieces, I will chant this holy name. And he never said, oh, people are beating me. And he was praying for them, like how he prayed for his father. Please protect my father. Please deliver my father. So somebody is beating in 22 marketplaces, and Haridas Thakur said, oh, Lord, please don't bring your Sudarshan. They don't know. Please don't do any harm. So Mahaprabhu was so anxiety. This devotee is being beaten and he is telling not to invoke Sudarshana. So then Mahaprabhu went and put his back on his back and he took entire beating because what to do? I have to protect the devotees. And he is telling those who are insulting him, protect them. So Lord has to obey the devotee's order. So he personally went and took the beatings. So that's the mode of Prahlad Maharaj. Similarly, when we see that Prabhupada, he was attacked severely. What he was doing at the 70th, after struggle, his guru told to preach West. Otherwise, there is no point in going. He would have happily lived in Vrindavan. But three-heart attack. Why Krishna has to test so much? Like Prahlad Maharaj was there, and so much torment is undergone. And Prabhupada is heavily dependent. No money is going in the cargo ship. And three severe attacks. Why? At least Krishna would have stopped without doing a heart attack. He would have sent him, no, peacefully. Uh, at least for Prahlad Maharaj, only Nrsimhadev came. But for Prabhupada, when he prayed, the entire Dasavatara came and they rowed the boat. So, and you can see Prahlad Maharaj was, there is Krishna conscious. Prabhupada says, if Krishna conscious management, what is the definition of Krishna conscious management? Even there is no scope for preaching, you should be able to preach. Then there's the top class Krishna conscious management. Hiranyakashipu, entire world is shaking, including Brahma, Shiva, all the demigods. Nobody can speak against him. You can't preach their Krishna consciousness. But Prahlad Maharaj was preaching to his schoolmates. Even there is no scope for preaching and you are able to preach, that is a top class Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada was in the same situation. There is no hope to preach in the Western world. He's 70, no money, no detailed strategy. He doesn't know the place. There is nobody to support, no contact, living in Bauri, lowest slum of the places. The elders, youngsters never listen to their parents, but he's a 70-year-old man preaching to the 17-year-old boy. And whatever their regularly principle they break, and you have to say you have to follow the four regulative principle. What a contradiction situation Prabhupada was in, because he was in the mood of Prahlad Maharaj, because he wants to deliver the entire world. He doesn't personally bother about him, but he said, Krishna, this is what your desire, let me do so. And in the Boston Harbor, he writes his poem. You have to see, I'm like a puppet, you dance me like anything because I'm your servant. Whatever you do, I will do it. So that's a mood, because that was Krishna's desire. What Krishna's most of the desire, he want to deliver all of us and come back home. That's what his desire. Anybody who's assisting in preaching, that is the pure Vaishnava. So you pure Vaishnava, Prabhupada's poem, you see, Prahlad Maharaj poem, you see, everybody will pray for others. How do I deliver? Vasudev Datta, let it be Haridas Thakur. They'll go and preach because that's what the Lord wants it. So they sacrificed so much and they did it. That's a real Sugurtam. That is the auspiciousness what we can have. That is what the pure devotion is all about. It's already 8:05. I'll stop here for any corrections and reflections. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Gaurachandra Gopinath, for wonderful class. And you hit the nail on that, preaching is the essence for all of us, especially from a foundation of Jivedoya. I especially like the example of that haircut that you gave to explain the auspiciousness, how very simply you could explain that. And in a simple terms, you mentioned that, auspicious means always thinking of the Lord. When there is no thought of the Lord, it is inauspicious, whatever state we are. And the second key aspect, which you perfectly and very nicely dwelt upon, is the Jivedoya aspect. It is welfare of others and how envy intervenes in between and destroys everything. But the root cause of envy is desire. And if we align our desires with the Lord's desire, which is how Prahlad Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada in that same mood, have ensured that they align their desires with the Lord's desire. So that's how they could do wonderful. They have wonderful achievements in terms of the Krishna consciousness that we have. As Prabhupada has given us in the platter. So thank you so much for your wonderful class in the morning. And I would request devotees to unmute and ask any questions. If they have any comments, the inputs, please share.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Excellent class on so much of material. You just wanted to give us all the things, and very nice, Prabhu. Prabhu, yeah, this that barber example, Prabhu, haircut. You were telling when it is cut off from the root, you're getting detached. You said that is
why we don't respect after cutting it. When it is connected to the root, we take care of so much. When it is disconnected from the root or from the source, then we don't bother. Similarly, auspiciousness is as long as we are a part and parcel of Lord. As long as we are connected to Krishna, then we are good. It is cut off, then there's no use.
But that cut off portion is gone. Then why do we take head bath then? Suppose you go for a haircut, not a shaving of the hair.
Why? Because it will fall off everywhere. Like, small parts will be there that will fall off everywhere, entire house. And when you're cooking, doing it, so it is unclean. So you have to go and clean yourself. Hair is not a clean. That's why when we cook, we try to cover it and, try to shave. Most of the places we try to clean shave because the hair will fall off. Otherwise, why people would cover their head and serve food and try to do it? It's cleanliness, right? It is dirty. And if you go microscopic, one time I went to office, they said, I thought I'm clean. I know every day I'm taking shampoo bath. Still, they would put a microscopic and showed there's so much dandruff and stuff like that. I was scared because they want to promote their product. That's a different story. But I'm telling, you can't see, but it's always dirty. Hair is means for me mentally it is dirty. I don't connect it with the cleanliness. So that's why most of the places, most of the things they try to, shave the head, especially pujaris. It's not cleanliness. Hair in the food stuff is not cleanliness. So when you cut it, it will fall off so many places.
Okay. Thank you. Prabhu, one more thing. Swasti astu vishwasya is there now, Prabhu. Is it same thing as Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu? It's similar, right?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you for the wonderful class, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Prabhu?
Yes, I'm clear.
Uttara Mataji.
Yes,
Uttara Mataji,
Prabhu.
Hari. I think Radharani Sumik Mataji had a question.
Okay, Prabhu.
Just one minute, Mandi. Mataji, you want to just repeat what you're asking, Mataji?
Yeah. Prabhu, the Swasti astu vishwasya.
Not necessarily. It's like, people who are thinking, there are a lot of good people in this world. They say everybody is peacefully, let them live. What is their meaning is that everybody getting food, that is not the peace. That's why I said somebody can, the artificial, the peace here, what Prahlad Maharaj refers is they do some devotion service. That is, they connected to devotion, then that is a real Sukhino Bhavantu. Otherwise, they will not be happy. What they will happy? After some time, the same thing will happen. So there will be different. It depends on the person who sees. There are a lot of good mode of and goodness. They do a lot of activities. They want for the world welfare, peace. They would do yagya, all those things. But that is not the solution. The solution is a devotee. Everyone should become devotion because you can cut off again from the root. In that again, there is where is the point of connecting to the Lord? Are they doing any devotion service? Everybody's peace, yeah. You can peacefully live, but if you're not connected to the Lord, you again punarapi manaram punarapi janam. What peace you have?
Okay. So we have to say Swastyastu Vishwasya.
Yes.
Thank you, Prabhu. Nice learnings today.
So the other thing is that it may be very difficult part, like no artificially you can't go and pray to the Lord today. Okay, I'm going to pray to the entire world today. It will not happen. It's very difficult. It may be artificial. You may not genuinely like Prabhupada. You may not do it. But what is that is like another example I can give is the magnet. Like pure Vaishnavas, Prahlad Maharaj, Prabhupada, they're all like magnet. If you put a lot of pins, it will go and attach to it. So we can be a pin. We can just connect to Prabhupada and we can work for Prabhupada. Then it's as good as working for the, this Swastyastu Vishwasya. So they are doing the actual Swastyastu Vishwasya. We can just go and join as a pin because we may not be able to come to that level, but as long as we connected to that magnet, we are also part of it.
Yeah. Because every day in the end of the prayers, we pray for the family and ourselves to protect us and all that. In the end, usually I say Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. Now I can change my phrase.
No, you can use the same phrase, but what it means is that everybody should become devotee. I also need to preach devotee, so that's all they all chant. Otherwise, what happens is, I chant for so many days, but without ruchi. Why? Because the nama ruchi is not there. But it becomes a mechanical, more of okay, I have to do, I will do. But that nama ruchi doesn't come, then the Vaishnava Seva, Jivadoya wouldn't come. But as long as we connected to these people who has, then one day hope that we'll also get it.
Thank you, Prabhu. Dandvat Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandvat Pranam.
Yes.
Thanks for the wonderful class, Prabhu. Prabhu, can we give this analogy, Srila Prabhupada tells, when a machine is there and a nut is fallen from the machine, it doesn't have any significance. But if the nut is replaced and put it in its proper place, the whole machine works well, and the nut also gets the full benefit. Can we give the analogy here, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. Thanks. Done.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranams. Thanks for the wonderful class, Prabhu. Prabhu, you were telling for Prahlad Maharaja, Narsingadev came, and for Srila Prabhupada, whole Dashavatara came. Can you please tell about it, Prabhu?
So when he has a heart attack in this and he was praying, then he saw that the entire Dasavatara came rowing the boat. The next day, the entire ocean became very peaceful. Then the captain told, I don't know, Swamiji, that time he calling him Swamiji or something. Then said, I never seen in my life. It's always rough. The ocean is always rough. But I see so calm. And you can see in the boat picture also, you can Google it. You will see Prabhupada was like stroke and all the Savataras rowing the boat. Personally, Krishna took in charge of the boat and in charge of the ocean. Then he peacefully brought Prabhupada to Boston.
Very bold, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
I think Leelamata it would come. Prabhupada.
Very bold, Prabhu. Very nice.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, one quick question. You mentioned that the Gajendra prayers can be narrated. What are they? Removing the madams. I wanted to check if there are any solid prayers where it can help us increase our taste or at least bring up the taste for Srimad Bhagavatam, Prabhuji, to reading Srimad Bhagavatam.
I need to find out, Prabhu. I don't know.
Okay.
Anything I'm not able to, but
no problem.
Prabhu.
What was the question?
So you can see these pictures where the Prabhupada was taken, Krishna is personally taking care of Jaladuta. So all these avatars come and this is Prabhupada had a dream this. After heart attack, he had this dream. A dream means it is real actually. So for Vaishnavas, pure Vaishnavas, dream is real. They might call it as a dream, but this is what Prabhupada writes in his diary. that I saw all these the Savataras coming, Krishna personally standing there, and they rowed the boat. This is what I was referring to.
Jai.
Sorry, Sri Balaji Prabhu, to answer your question,
Mhm.
develop a taste Bhagavatam, take association of Sri Gaurachandra Gopinath Prabhu.
Gaurachandra Gopinath.
Yeah, Haribol.
Prabhuji is exemplifying, the taste for distributing Srimad Bhagavatam wonderfully. That is Jivadaya. Jai. Any other comments, inputs, or questions? Jai. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I think we'll no further. Prasindu Patitanam Pavane Vaishnavibhyo Namah. Antakoti Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Vaishnava Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Wonderful class. And we again meet tomorrow at the same time. I'll end the session for all. Thank you so